Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for Below Grade Level. Hold on to your butts, Kemosabe. Hello and welcome to Below Grade Level, the show where we take the books that we read as kids and read them as adults and ruin them. I'm one of your hosts, Jonathan Eaton. With me as always is Bekah Eaton.
Hello.
And Chris Zaleski.
Hello.
And joining us in person, special guest returning champion, Kata Kane. Hi.
Hi. So happy to be back.
Yay!
And on an Animorphs kick.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Just kidding. This is actually a pretty good one.
It's fine. I'm excited.
It was really fun. This was the first Animorphs reading where we weren't all dying inside.
Yeah.
It really is. Kata, what was the you read Animorphs with us before. Do you remember what happened in it?
I just remember the aliens and not, like, revealing that I'm the guest you want for Babysitter's Club in Sweet Valley, but Animorphs, I just showed how ignorant I was of the series. I didn't know about the aliens. I cannot claim to be an Animorphs girly. Like, I saw the book covers.
Yeah.
Something about them turned me off. Can't tell you why. Can't tell you why.
I think I can tell you why.
Yeah, it's that middle morph.
Yeah, it's the middle morph.
Well, what I was saying last time was, I know that I saw the books. I thought I read them, but after having read any of it, there's no way I read these fucking books. Because they're so horrifying. The body horror is so extreme. Yeah. There's no way I would have read half of one and then kept reading any amount of any of them. So I think I just saw the books at a Scholastic book fair, and I was just like, wow, that shit's crazy, and then put it back down and never read it.
Yeah.
It really is interesting, I think, because like we talked about this last episode with our guest John Nagel. None of us were Animorphs kids. Like you, me, and Chris, and John, and now you, Kata. Like none of us were Animorphs kids.
I saw the TV show barely.
I never saw the TV show.
No.
I never did either.
Yeah.
I remember Are You Afraid of the Dark? But
yes, I was very into Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes.
And like a little bit Goosebumps, but by the time the Goosebumps show came around, I was like already outgrowing Goosebumps. But like, I think it says a lot about you, and I don't mean this in a negative way. I just think it says a lot about you, like the kind of shit you are into and maybe are eventually into if you were an Animorphs kid or not. Like some people were so into them as kids, as opposed to us who, like you said, like saw the cover, were like, no.
Like,
no,
we're not
you.
judging,
but
like,
it's not,
it says something about you. Like Animorphs.
I said it last time, I'm like, I think there's a straight line to be drawn between you were into Animorphs as a kid and then you were into furries. And I'm not.
You don't know. It's just a guess.
I don't know, and I
never made that connection.
I'm like, we're a judge-free zone. I'm not judging furries.
I am.
It's fine.
Judge-free zone.
Just gotta be gross in them suits.
You could say that about a lot of things, Chris. You could say that about
or like full body
politicians.
latex. Like that's gotta smell. Like the smells don't bother people.
Oh, the thing, I wasn't thinking about the smell with full body latex. I was just thinking about the sweat, man.
Yeah.
Sweat.
Same thing with the furry suits. Like, do you have like a fan built into it? Like, how much money are you spending on this thing?
I went to college. I went to community college with a girl that was building a wolf suit, like from the ground up, and like I like watched her in real time.
I built this wolf suit from the ground up. All right. She is a girl boss.
She was one of the fucking weirdest people I ever met. Because I don't know if I've ever told these stories on the podcast, but I used to, in community college, I would go hang out in the cafe and draw my comics because I drew comics and I published them in the Anne Arundel Community College newspaper, the Campus Crier. And I would go hang out in the cafe because I was a fucking little hipster college student. So I was like, I'm going to drink my coffee and I'm going to draw my comics.
Do my work.
And I was very, like, introverted, even though I'm a very extroverted person. I was just like, I'm going to keep myself and draw and drink my coffee. But the anime club, like, lived in the cafe. And this one girl was building a wolf suit, who I found out later ended up transferring. So I went to AACC, and then I transferred to Villa Julie and did film. And then she went to AACC, and she transferred to Micah, because our friend Anna Marie eventually saw her
Micah
This is
supported,
a lot of Jonathan lore.
later.
Micah
I know.
supported the furry content, like, like education that she was seeking.
Yes, she finished her wolf suit.
That's good.
Because
Micah.
Anna Marie saw her walking
She
around
got her
in the full wolf
master's
suit.
in furology.
And she would wear the bottom half of the wolf suit.
I know
so it
they
was-
had textiles classes. I had a friend that went to Micah.
Yeah, she probably went to Micah and was
I
like,
knew-
oh
yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
I got a lot of resources
Yeah.
to put the fur on me. She would
Put
walk
the
around
fur on me.
from the waist down. She was a wolf, and she would be like sewing shit, like
I mean, those
paws
are the
and
parts
stuff.
that I think are applicable
Yeah.
for my understanding
Yeah.
of furry culture is the parts.
From the
Under-
waist
under the
down.
waist.
From the waist down. I remember she sat down at my table, like a little cafe table. She sat down across from me one time, just completely unprompted while I was drawing, and like people would sit down and like chat with me. And it was, I mean, you've drawn.
You
in
have a
public.
friendly face.
I have a friendly face, and like when you draw in public, people will usually be like, "Did you do that?" And I
Are
was.
you a drawer?
Did you trace that?
I was
did.
always the thing I always wanted to yell was no, just to be like, "What's the next fucking question?"
Yeah.
Then?
Good
but she-
day, sir.
Yeah. She sat down across from me and said, "Did you ever think about what was it? Did you ever wonder when your mother was giving you a kiss goodnight if she had just finished giving your father a blowjob?" And I just remember looking at her going, "My dad left my family when I was a little kid, and now
You're
he
like-
lives in Saudi Arabia."
Traumatize
And,
them
like,
back,
Joke's
Jonathan.
on you.
Yeah.
Joke's on you.
It did. It worked
That is
because
the best silver lining of that actually happening to you.
yeah, Dad,
Wow.
thanks, because it came in handy one time, and I was able to get this fucking wolf girl to leave me alone.
Have you told him?
No.
Oh, that'd be great.
You know, Chris.
He'd probably appreciate it.
I was gonna say I don't think he'd appreciate it. I think he would go, well,
All right, let's.
This was a great
doxing
like
people.
amuse-bouche, I think, for your guests.
Yeah.
To like get into
yeah,
what this podcast is all about. Judging the Anime Club,
Yeah.
judging furries,
Yeah.
judging Animorphs fans.
absolutely.
And here we go.
Here we go. Well, with that being said, we are reading Animorphs. Megamorphs #1. What's this book called?
The Andalite's Gift.
I was thinking in my head, The Andalite's Apprentice, and I don't know where I got that from.
That would be
It
great.
sounds good.
It does.
does.
Becca, catch us up. What happened last time?
Sure. So last time we got a bunch of exposition about what Animorphs means, which is good because every time I forget.
Every time.
So this time I actually took notes
Oh.
about what shit means.
Okay.
Not a lot, but a little bit. Yeerks are the slugs that crawl in your brain and control you.
Love
The people
saying
are called controllers. But we learned that Jake has a brother named Tom who is a controller. He's
Yes.
controlled by a Yeerk. And Marco's mother is a controller. But people think she's dead, but we don't know why because we didn't read whatever book that happened in.
Forgot
People
about that already,
think his
okay.
mom's
Mom,
dead,
no.
Yeah.
but she was actually
Yeah, that's
she's being
confusing.
controlled by a Yeerk, so I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Okay.
Rachel signed up for a gymnastics weekend.
Oh my god, I forgot all of this.
She
I
doesn't want to
remember.
go because she's basically in charge, or I don't know. They say Jake's in charge, but it really feels like Rachel's in charge, and
Yeah.
she's like,
Yeah.
"I don't want to leave you knuckleheads alone for a weekend because I don't know what you're going to get up to."
She's the
Yeah.
one who's
But
like
then-
reluctantly in charge.
Yeah.
Ja-
So
Jake's
how
the
life
Leonardo, Rachel's the Raphael.
Yes, there. Oh, I got it. I'm on board. Understood.
yeah, she's such a wild card, but she's also I don't know the mom
She's
of
like
the group
cool
somehow.
but crude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
So she decides to go. She doesn't tell the gymnastics people that she's going there. And then I think she tells her friends she's going.
Yeah,
But
she lies to both.
On her way to like the bus or whatever to go to gymnastics weekend, she decides to go. She turns into a bird and goes to find Tobias, who is always a bird because he got stuck as
Right.
a
Oh,
falcon or
yes.
whatever.
She turns
he
into a
is.
bald eagle. I remember that
Okay.
because I was like, when the fuck did you touch a bald eagle?
Yeah. So she turns into a
In
bald
that
eagle.
era of life too, when these books were coming out.
Yeah.
Those were not as
When would
common
you
as they
have?
are now. Oh.
I don't remember why, but I mean, some of the other kids in their POV were positing that Rachel and Tobias have a crush on each other, even though he's
But they can
permanently
only
like a hawk
get-
or whatever.
To bring it back to, our furry talk,
Yeah.
she had to be a bird to go to the bird. Okay,
Yes,
but
yeah.
she was like, gymnastics, don't need it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
so
see my bird boyfriend.
Gymnastics
Got
people don't know she's coming. Her friends don't know she went to be a bird and go say hi or goodbye or whatever to
Hang
Tobias.
out with Tobias?
So while
Yeah.
she
We're just gonna
flies
talk.
to go hang out to
With her
Tobias,
beaks.
she's totally not into him. She just wants to say hi.
We just want to clack our beaks together.
She gets attacked by a bunch of fucking blue jays.
They are
They
the
knock-
assholes of the sky.
They are, and
mean
they are
birds.
so annoying.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, but their
They
Oh,
noise
they-
is the most
they are
annoying
mean
noise.
They're really
birds.
annoying
Yeah.
sounding, right? Aren't
Yes.
they? Yeah, okay.
So she gets
Sorry, hit the
attacked. A bunch of blue jays attack a bald eagle and take her down. So she basically crashes to the ground. She's trying to tell herself to morph back into human form because if you stay morphed for more than 2 hours, you permanently become that animal.
Right. 2 hours.
So then the point of view changes, and I do love that happens.
Me too.
I don't know how I should retell what happened.
No,
If
I
should
think
continue with
linearly
Rachel
is
or
fine.
huh?
Linearly.
Linearly.
Yeah. That was a weird way for me to put it.
Well, like linear to Rachel or to the book?
To time.
To Rachel's time or to the book time? Linear to time, a lot of things are happening at the same time.
To book time.
To book time.
To
Okay.
book time.
So
Chronologically,
she's attacked, she
that's
falls
the
down,
word I
she's
was
like,
looking for.
Yeah,
Change
I feel like
from-
I was struggling here. I was like, there's a something. There's a way. I
a
want
way
to
to
help.
say this.
My mental health is so bad these days that like I feel like the words that I say sometimes I'm like I say them and then I think why?
What did that
Why
mean?
did you say it like that?
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Marco and Axe, who is
Axe
the
body spray.
yes,
Yes.
the Andalite, Marco convinces Axe
The
to
gift?
sneak into a pool party at a girl's house who doesn't like Marco and specifically did not invite him because he's an obnoxious piece of shit.
Is he gonna sneak in as like a dolphin to be like, what? I'm just in the pool.
He sneaks in as a mouse
Oh my god.
to spy on her,
Okay.
and then she
Gross.
talks shit about him because he's an asshole, and then he crawls
Good.
up her foot and makes her angry, and they all try to... There's a kid named Hans somehow, and they all try to stomp on them as mice, and they go down into the basement and turn back into human and Andalite, or I think Axe turned
Axe.
into a human.
He can morph
form.
into a human, yeah.
And there's this big, weird, flat tornado type dust cloud that has eyes and mouths and blades,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
rips the house apart. So then we go back to Rachel, who is waking up. She is half a bird, half a girl.
Okay.
How?
She's got like beak and
Yeah.
bird legs and human arms, and like it's just truly body
What
horror.
we were talking about the Animorphs covers, she's the middle one.
She's the middle
She
part.
wakes up as the middle one.
Yeah,
Stuck.
That's
It was
disgusting.
a big payoff.
It's awesome.
horrible.
Yeah. It's
So-
horrible.
I'll take your word for it. I guess.
So she fully has amnesia, but she knows she's supposed to be a human and not a half bird person, so she manages to get herself back in human mode.
Okay, good.
I
I mean, I fully disassociate too in this
Yeah.
situation.
She also sees the dust monster because it's all like happening simultaneously. And it's like kind of chasing her, so she runs across the highway where a Ben and Jerry's truck hits the monster. I forgot about
This is one
wrote-
of the first examples of,
Vertical
brand
integration.
Yes.
placement.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Integration.
Animorphs was ahead of its time.
Integration.
Integration.
So yeah, Rachel has amnesia and is, I think, wandering around outside the highway where a Ben and Jerry's truck just like flipped over. Marco and Axe are in kid form at this
Okay.
party where the roof just got ripped off the house
Yeah.
from this like blade tornado.
Blade tornado. Uh-huh.
I don't remember what Jake is doing.
He's at the party.
Oh, Jake and who's the other girl?
Cassie?
Yeah, Jake and Cassie were just invited to the party
Yeah,
because they're
just, like,
regular
two-
people.
They're the regular ones. They're the regulars.
They're the
normies.
normal ones.
The
Yeah.
normies.
And that's where
And
we
that's it?
are. Wow,
Okay.
that was
Okay.
it's harder to
A
recap.
lot happened.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
That's all in like what? Chapter 1?
Chapters 1
1
through
through
6.
5?
Okay. Okay.
Or we ended at chapter 6, I don't know.
Yeah, we're on chapter 6 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's find out what happens.
Well, yeah, that was like a quarter of the book.
Yeah.
Dang.
To be fair.
Dang. Oh, right.
Yeah.
This is Animorphs. My bad.
Oh, look. Oh, cute! Yay!
What is...
Earlier, I was like, "Oh yeah, Kata made that," and I was like, "I always think of it as me, even though it's
you.
not me. It's Furiosa." That's what
No.
John said too.
It's you.
I did. I said it's her.
You fully get.
But you
ownership
did
of
draw that cyberpunk me, and I love it so
yes.
much.
Yes, I'll draw you anytime.
Yay!
I like drawing. I like drawing beautiful things.
Chapter 9. Cassie. So this is a Cassie chapter, but the first person speaking is Marco. Just so you know, I'm not.
Just like Marco.
Just like Marco.
Typical.
Tornado my butt! Marco said angrily. That thing was alive! We were watching TV in my living room. Jake, Marco, Axe in his human morph, and me, Cassie. It was afternoon. My parents weren't home
I
yet.
want to know what Axe's human morph looks like.
Me too, desperately.
They have not described it.
They haven't. And
He's probably in an Axe body spray commercial.
Yes.
Like, let's just go there. Whatever you're picturing now for when I say Axe
spiked hair.
body. Yes.
Frosted tips.
Oh yeah.
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 You're there. You're there.
Yeah,
He
I'm
looks
there.
like a young Devon Sawa.
I feel like he's on a
Devon.
surfboard and a skateboard at the same time somehow.
Yes.
Yes! He has idle hands.
Were you about to say Devon Sawa?
I was about to say Devon Sawa.
Devon Sawa. He was like a young Devon Sawa.
I truly enjoyed his work.
Chris, side note, can we do a sketch on the sketchy show that's inside the actor studio with Devon Sawa?
Yes.
That'd be great.
Yes.
Oh boy. The news was
Oh man, I
doing...
wish that guy was still alive.
Devon Sawa?
No, the other guy.
I was like,
Wait, did he
wait,
die?
Video
James
guy.
Lipton.
Isn't he dead?
Yes. I
James Lipton's
I
dead.
believe you're correct.
he die?
But
When's
you
the last
almost
time you
gave
saw
me
him inside
a
the-
goddamn heart attack
Sorry.
that I thought Devon Sawa had moved on.
Well, it's only a matter of time. I saw Final Destination. I know that
Yes.
Death skipped him and is coming back
I
one
saw
day.
that too, and I will never drive behind a log truck.
No.
if I
Why
can
would
help
you?
it.
Fuck no.
Why would you?
That has
Why
scarred
would
our
you-
entire generation.
Why would you drive behind a log truck? Why would you stand under a plate glass window? Why would you be near a train?
A roller coaster? Forget
a roller
about
coaster? NASCAR? An elevator? Nice try.
Breathing, living.
Breathing in a kitchen, taking a
Being
shower.
near a aquarium in a dentist's office. I think that was one of
That
them.
was one.
Yes.
James
Oh my
Lipton
God.
is dead.
When did he die?
2020.
Well, he got out when the getting was good.
He was like, he died
He was
early
like-
March 2020.
Holy
he was
shit.
like, no, thank you.
Yeah,
He's
I was
like-
gonna say, in
Wrap
this
it up.
economy,
Yeah.
I seek out log trucks.
Oh, shit.
Oh man,
Devon Sawa is alive and well.
thank God.
Was he like 42?
46.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ! 46? I smacked my microphone.
Wow, that's so decrepit and old.
No, I thought he was
He
closer
doesn't
to...
look bad. I mean, I'm
he
showing you
doesn't.
pictures like you don't know what Devon
looks
Sawa
a
looks
little.
like.
He looks a little red flaggy in his older.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, does he?
Something about him
Can I
as
see?
a young. As
He's
a
like a
young
white guy
boy.
that doesn't have a beard, so that's always a little bit troublesome, I feel like.
You know, he's
And,
got...
like, if you're gonna be a white guy, you have to have a little bit of
You
a
know
beard.
what he kind of reminds me of? Is like also older, but like around the same age, Michael Biehn. Like Michael Biehn didn't quite age well. And
Or,
this isn't...
Anthony Michael Hall.
I don't know if it's about well, but it's more about
Michael
like
Hall.
just a gut feeling of like, you know what? When you were that ghost boy, Casper,
Is that Devon Sawa?
that was Devon Sawa.
I didn't know that was Devon Sawa.
Oh, over here, let me just tell you for the
He looks
ladies
like the host
watching
of an
right now.
HGTV show.
Can I keep you?
Yeah,
Can
that
I
flooded
keep
many
you?
basements.
Many young girls
Yeah.
were on board, but now looking at him, I'm like, nah.
Devon Sawa and Christina
No.
Ricci is a millennial match made in heaven. Let's just be
It truly-
honest about
truly
I'm
this.
just saying, if he grew a little bit of a beard, there would be no problem.
Let me see again.
Maybe like just,
It's just
you know, if he would just smile more, I think people would be.
he looks like he
In
should
this
be
economy?
like one
In
of the
this
property
economy.
brothers.
He
like
would
he
look
looks
better.
like he should be on HGTV.
He would, yeah. He looks like he has a home
Which
renovation
people like.
show with
I'm
his
not
brother.
a fan. But yeah.
He
Anthony
went from
Michael
"Can
Hall.
I keep you?" to "Can I keep you?"
Yes.
Chris, also
no.
Anthony Michael Hall is one of those
You'll never have to vote.
guys
I'll
where-
vote for us.
like the facial
Oh,
hair
no.
is worse. Like him with a mustache, I'm like, no.
No one with just a mustache. Almost
Tom
no
Selleck.
one with just a mustache.
Can we just have like a little like
John Waters.
sideshow?
Huh?
John Waters.
Oh,
Can you picture him without it?
no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recognize him.
No.
We need a sideshow that's like a pop culture adjacent.
Yeah.
Animorphs, Sweet Valley, Babysitter's Club 90s adjacent, where we're like, here's where we were at mentally then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to escape a little bit of 2025, I think.
That
This
sounds
is-
incredible.
I mean, I am enjoying that we are barely into this episode and we've
Yeah,
already gone on like a heavy
Yeah.
tangent.
Yeah.
But to bring it all back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know who has not aged? Shawn Ashmore. Who played Iceman
Oh.
in the X-Men movies and was the star of the
Yeah.
Animorphs show.
Oh,
He was the star of the
I don't
Animorphs
know.
show?
Either him or his brother that looked exactly like him.
okay, so again, Animorphs, no knowledge. As soon
Yeah.
as you said Iceman, I was like, oh, he's cute.
Mm-hmm. He has aged well.
He's on the
Sean,
rookie.
who?
Sean Ashmore.
What kind of Sean is it?
I think
S-
SHAW.
Okay.
or
Shaw.
SHUN maybe.
A Shaw, not a
He's in a
Sam.
bunch of Remedy games, guys. If you're a fucking
yeah.
gamer nerd and
Yeah,
you're
he
into
hasn't
like
aged.
Alan Wake and Control and Quantum Break, he's in a bunch of that shit.
I recognize him from seeing him in your video games.
Yup.
There you go.
There it is. All right, let's get back to Animorphs.
Yeah, and if you search Animorphs live action or TV show, you'll
Just
see
look
a
up
picture of
Sean
him in that.
Ashmore and Animorphs. What did he turn into? Did he play Jake?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I'm gonna picture Jake now as Sean Ashmore.
I have been the whole time. Sploosh.
I'm already there.
That sounds really
That's a sploosh.
Oh, oh my god. The news was doing
Oh
a
my god. I don't know. This girl that
Sorry,
played Rachel is fucking
Becca and I
gorgeous.
are taking over. You can't
Wait,
have
hang
me
on,
in
hang
person.
on.
Look at her.
Yeah.
I don't
girl
even know
hijacking
this
the
was
show.
Rachel.
Excuse me, Rachel.
We're doing a spin-off,
Picture a
actually.
beak coming out of that face.
I'm pitching it right now.
Picture
Picture a beak coming out
Picture
of
a
that
beak.
face.
You know,
Yeah,
I'd still
yeah.
do it.
Suck a
I'd
beak
still
into that.
Now look
smash
at
or whatever the kids say.
look at that. Look at her. Look at her and picture her skin melting off and feathers coming out, which is what happened last
That's
chapter.
a smash and a squawk.
Smash and squawk. Oh God.
I have not seen anything
My new
else. you
spin-off
said.
show will be coming.
And it's called Smash and a Squawk.
No. I'm gonna workshop it.
She's in a Christmas movie called It Takes a Christmas Village, and we're going to have to
Incredible.
watch that
Fuck
this year.
yes,
Whatever that
we
is,
are.
we're
That's
going to have
another
to watch
podcast idea. Christmas movies, but
it. Fuck.
Or
yes.
just like Lifetime movies in general.
I'm making a note of
yes,
this movie.
yes.
Yeah.
I digress. Let's get back on
Okay,
topic.
let's get back on track. The news was doing a special report. They had broken into a talk show. The news had broken into it. I thought they had broken into a talk show. Jesus Christ! The news had broken into a talk show to film. Talk show. Oh my God.
You'll
You
get
know
there.
what? I don't think
Can
this
I?
book. I
Will
don't
I?
think this book wants us to read it.
Yeah. They had broken into a talk show to show film of what they described as a quote freak tornado.
Freak Tornado was my goth band in college.
Fucking
Nice.
goddamn it. They were showing what was left of Darlene's house. The reporter was standing right where Weed had the pool party. You could see Darlene in the background with her parents picking through the wreckage. The storm hit late this morning, just before noon, the reporter said. Some young people were having a pool party, and they described a sort of funnel cloud that appeared quite suddenly out of a clear sky. Some of the kids who were here actually described it as seeming like a monster or a beast. It's my first day, sorry. But of course, they were quite frightened at the same time. They were frightened, all right, Marco muttered. They were wetting their pants. I know, I checked. The house...
He checked if they were wetting their pants.
I am
John
bad.
said that.
Okay, thank God.
The house was virtually destroyed, the reporter went on. Almost miraculously, there were only some minor injuries. A few of the kids suffered abrasions and minor cuts. The house itself was fully insured. Don't worry. That's
Thank
a good thing,
God.
Marco said
I don't
dryly.
care about those kids and their cuts.
I know, but what about the property?
First thing a 12-year-old reading this book thinks. Was the house insured?
For
But was it
tornado
insured?
coverage specifically.
Like a fucking boomer parent wouldn't insure their house. That's a good thing, because we're
Some
talking...
of us were poor.
Your house was insured.
I don't know if we had tornado coverage.
I
Some
think
of
the
us
point
rented.
is the children reading this book do not give a shit.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Because we're talking a lot more than a paint job needed there. Now let's get out to the freeway where the same tornado, or possibly a second tornado, destroyed a tractor trailer, holding up traffic for hours. Again, I'm sorry, it's my first day.
Good
The
save.
The screen showed a Ben & Jerry's ice cream truck that looked like it had been blown apart by a bomb. Suddenly, I saw something familiar. Hey, look, I said. What? Jake asked. It's gone now, I said. It's like every time I see a bird out the window, and I
God.
try to show you, and you don't see
And
the
I
bird.
look and I say nothing.
You don't see anything. Are we taping this? Yeah, Marco said. What is it? Back the tape up. Back it up. What?
What?
Marco reversed the VCR tape. Why were they taping it?
Why were they taping? Now you're not going to see what comes next. If you stop taping
yeah.
it.
I watched as the camera panned back across the wreck. Then, right there, I said, that girl, see, she's only in the shot for a second. Can you freeze frame her? Enhance!
Yeah. Enhance.
Oh my god.
Why? Jake asked. What is it? Marco rewound and advanced the tape a frame at a time. A blurry figure appeared, obviously walking like Bigfoot. I'm sure we're all
It's
imagining.
Rachel.
Yeah.
She's like, squawk.
The frame froze. What is the matter? Axe asked.
Oof, I hate that.
Axe.
Asked. Matt.
Asked.
What? Oh, Axe is being. It's not just that I can't talk. It's that Axe also can't talk, and that didn't help anything.
Okay.
Andalites don't have mouths.
He isn't.
Axe can be odd when he's in human morph. Having a mouth and being able to make sounds just fascinates him.
So does he sit in there
So
and
he's
just like
just
constantly go like
matter.
boop.
Look at that girl, I said. Tall, blonde hair, barefoot, wearing a black leotard.
Jesus Christ.
She's on her way to gymnastics.
I know.
Clearly.
Jake's eyes widened in shocked recognition. So did Marco's. Oh my god, Marco whispered. It is. It's Rachel. It has to be. She must have just come out of a morph, I said. That's her morphing suit. Because, as you remember, they can't really take their clothes with them except leotards for some fucking reason.
For some reason,
or something.
leotards morph with them.
They wear leotards under their regular, and they call it their outer clothes, their regular clothes. I don't know.
I just assumed it was because she was a gymnast.
That makes sense, but
Yeah.
that's not
But-
true.
That's not it. It's morph
Okay.
related.
It's
Yeah.
the Animorph
It's morph related.
uniform leotard.
Yes.
Yeah. Got it.
Oh, yeah. And here's the problem we ran into
We
before.
keep explaining it right before the book does.
Not that, but it's like the book keeps explaining it multiple times. Which I really like the changing POV, but we don't need multiple people giving us the same exposition.
They're like, this makes no sense. We're going to say it like at
We're
least
gonna have
50
to,
times.
yeah, we need
We're
to reinforce the knowledge.
This is
program
for
you.
Yeah.
You will be an expert by the end of this book.
Which
like-
it makes sense now that like when we look at like Animorph tumblers and we're like, wow, they really know their shit. It's like,
Yeah.
well, because they read them.
Yeah, it is
So it's
drilled
just like,
into
yeah,
their brain.
drilled into their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can't not know it.
Oh boy, that's her morphing suit. And being barefoot and all? See, when we morph, we can't morph much clothing, just something skin tight. And shoes? Forget shoes. I've tried morphing shoes. They end up looking like an entire pack of dogs played tug of war with them.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to picture that for too long.
Just ripped
Because your
apart.
feet are in there. I don't know.
But like, I
I'm
was
just
picturing
picturing them like
a whole pack of
melted
dogs.
with your feet.
Yeah.
I'm just hearing when they're like, we can't morph unless it's cute, and sexy,
Yeah.
Yeah. Skin
Just
tight.
form-fitting.
Skin tight. Yeah.
but it's fine.
It's such a weird, like, compromise of, like, the Hulk, situation with clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Do you
doesn't
think
make a
if
lot of
they
sense.
wear those running shoes that have the
like
toes,
the barefoot shoes?
that your toes go
Yeah.
into?
Oh, like the webbed, like your separate toes.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
like
they
the
were
toes
invented
go
yet.
into
This was
separate
like
toes.
1997.
This is
Yeah.
again falling into that category that maybe Animorphs fans are into webbed feet.
Yeah.
Toe.
Maybe
Yeah.
they want to see the.
I wonder if
So-
they were wearing one of those. If the
Yeah.
morph was like, oh, I get
Yeah.
it. These are
I
toes.
see your toes.
Yeah, I see your toes.
I understand toes. What is Rachel doing out there? Jake demanded. She's supposed to be up in the mountains at that camp. That mountain gymnastic camp.
So even though you guys are in person, we're doing same reading order, right?
We'll do same reading order, and I was thinking we'll just keep this here for ease.
All right. You know what this means, Marco demanded. That thing that came after Axe and me was also right where Rachel was. Coincidence? I don't think so. Jake shook his head. No, not a coincidence. He looked at
I
Axe.
forgot to mention in my recap, Chris had a prediction that the tornado of mouths and blades, or whatever it is,
Blade tornado,
can sense people morphing.
Oh, morphing, right.
And so he goes towards people who are morphing.
We can go ahead and do Blade NATO, I think.
Blade NATO.
I'd like to
that.
put the fourth to the group. Okay,
Blade NATO.
yeah.
Okay.
Blade NATO.
Jake shook his head. No, not a coincidence. He looked at Axe. Do you know what this is? No, Axe said. I do not. It is not any race that I have ever heard of, but I agree. It is no coincidence. Coincidence. Well, what is it?
God damn it.
Who's narrating?
Cassie.
Okay. Tobias told us that it headed toward the forest at a very high speed. I said. It was heading for Rachel. The timing is right. The location is right. It attacked Marco and Axe, and then it stopped and went tearing off for Rachel.
I'm so mad that Chris is
I'm
right again.
so mad that he's right.
He keeps
he's
guessing
gonna wear
so
his
right.
he's gonna wear his fucking glasses and
Why?
everything.
What is the point? If it's some Yerk weapon, it should have finished us off. I mean, it had Axe and me cold. We need to talk to Rachel, Jake said. Cassie, I'll call. I went to the phone, the one in the kitchen. I dialed Rachel's number. I've probably dialed that number every day for years. On the third ring.
The good one in the kitchen.
Well,
The one with the
Not the one in
super-
the living room. Everyone's in the living room.
yeah.
super stretchy cord in the kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this
I can take it all the way outside and shut the door gently on it.
it's a very outdated thing, but it's so fucking accurate.
And I hope the people who listen to this also, because I could take that cord
Oh,
all the
shit.
way down the basement
Yeah,
stairs.
Yes.
you could go into 5 different rooms in that with that fucking cord.
Yeah.
Hello? Hi, Jordan. Jordan is Rachel's younger sister. Well, I'm keeping that voice.
That's all you need to know. Bye.
Is Rachel home? Duh, Cassie. She's at the gymnastics thing, the camp. I felt this tingling up my spine. So she did go? Sure. She didn't come back early or anything?
Sure.
No? Why? Is something the matter? Nah, nothing. I was just thinking maybe... Never mind. Later. I hung up the phone and took several deep breaths. I didn't want to alarm the others. I went back to the living room. Marco was
stood in the
still
kitchen
yelling
and
at the guy on the TV. It wasn't a tornado. Are people blind? Tornado does not have teeth.
Jake saw me first. I tried to conceal the fear I felt inside, but I can't hide anything from Jake. He knows
Other
me.
people in other chapters were positing that Cassie and Jake have a thing.
Well,
It's like Cassie and Jake and Rachel and Bird.
I mean, Cassie,
Rachel and Bird.
Rachel and Bird that does the best little birdie dance.
Yes.
Like
So it would be Jakesy and Birchall.
Birchall.
That would be their couple name.
Yes.
Nice.
I was thinking Rach Bias, because his name is Tobias.
No, I was thinking Bird.
To Rachel.
To Rachel. To Rachel is way better.
To Rachel.
To Rachel.
I'm reading that
Oh,
down.
damn it. Okay.
All right. Well, this is
What was Cassie and Jake?
Jassy
Jassy.
or Cake. You could
Or
just go with Cake.
Shit, those are both better. Man, Rachel and Tobias sucks for a couple name.
But, Cassie she's saying, I can't hide anything from Jake. He knows me too well. What is it? He asked. Rachel, she isn't home. They think she's at the camp. Jake, Marco, and Axe all just stared for a moment. Then Marco rewound the tape and played it back. Tall, blonde, a model's body, wearing a black leotard and no shoes. It was Rachel, and she was definitely not at camp.
I didn't know she had a model's
Did it say a model's body?
Oh, it said a
does.
model's body.
Damn, Rachel.
You know,
I know I looked up the ages last time, but
Yeah.
they're still just teenagers. which
Go
I
ahead
guess
and
are
read this
model
one.
bodies, but
Chapter 10. Rachel. I spent hours just walking in the woods, walking and trying to remember. Who was I? What was I? I didn't know. My mind would not answer me. I remembered how to talk. I remembered what things were called. I'm not going to say what any of those things were, and don't you dare ask me. I knew that the sky was blue, and the moon was white, and the ocean was deep, and that winter was colder than summer. All important facts.
So she has like severance memory.
Yes.
check in
she
with
has
myself.
been
Winter,
severed.
cold, moon, white.
Oh yeah.
Thank God I have the knowledge.
Yeah. I know what it means to be a human, but I don't know who the fuck I am.
You're kind of veering into a Parker Posey White Lotus voice, and I'm here for it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Okay. I noted.
Oh shit.
Piper, no!
Pepper, no. Buddhism.
Tsunami.
I knew all the background things of life. It was like watching a TV show where you could see all the sets, but the characters were invisible.
I'm writing down this voice for her. We're committing to it.
We're committing.
Absolutely. It fully doesn't fit her personality, and I don't fucking care at all.
It's great.
Oh my God.
Parker Posey's a treasure.
Oh, she's such a treasure.
a national treasure.
Damn it.
Of me? Of who I was and what I was. I knew nothing.
It makes perfect sense with the voice. It all works so well.
It works so well.
I agree. She is a national treasure. Like, I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Was she a national treasure?
No.
Oh, you're saying...
We got it. We got there.
Kata got it right away. Y'all
Cut
slow.
that out, Jonathan. Cut that out, you fucking idiot. God damn it.
Or not quite nothing. I knew that I was some sort of freak.
Like a poor person.
I knew I could have the feathers and beak and legs of a bird. And I knew that I had some terrible enemy, and it was poor people. The pine needles and fallen branches made walking painful. But what else could I do? Where was I supposed to go? Some terrible beast was hunting me. Who could I possibly trust? Answer me! I yelled at no one but the trees. Who am I? The sound of my own
I read
voice.
ahead and couldn't handle it.
The sound of my own beautiful voice reminded me I had to be careful. I am a treasure to be I don't know.
You have to
I don't know
protect
what's going on.
yourself. I mean, she had that whole speech.
The beast from the
You're
sky.
beautiful and young and rich.
People aren't like us, Piper. People aren't like us, X, Jake,
God damn it.
Tobias.
Jake.
Marco, no.
Marco, no!
Tobias.
Marco, you're gonna sneak into a pool party as a mouse? Oh, this is so fun. I didn't even know I
Holy
had
shit.
this in
I'm
me.
I never
I'm
could have predicted.
Crying currently. Oh my God.
The beast from the sky might be out there. Might still be looking for me. I walked always hoping the clouds would lift from my memory. I knew I had amnesia. At least she fucking knows that. Do most people have amnesia know they have amnesia? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Next
If you're
time.
old,
If
you
it's
have...
this kind of amnesia, you know, like,
If
I
it's-
should have a name, but I don't
I
know what it
should know.
is.
I
And
should
I don't know where I
I
was
know the
yesterday.
moon is white, but
Yeah.
I know I'm a bird girl, but could I tell you anything else? I don't know. I remembered the word amnesia, but how had it happened? That I could not remember.
Oh my god.
Oh,
my God.
Thank
so
you.
good.
Thank you. Thank you for the Chris. Thank you for the note.
You're welcome.
Like that
We're
was
here
that was
for it.
great. That was great.
Oh god. Let me collect
my
myself.
face hurts.
I don't know if I don't know if I can do that voice
Cannot go on.
this whole time. Okay.
Try
I'll try it. I'm gonna
a few
try it.
phrases. Just ease into it, Jonathan.
Lorazepam.
Okay. And
Jonathan, please.
Let me find it.
But there's-
Tsunami.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
really easy
Buddhism.
trigger words.
Lorazepam.
You're there. You're there.
I stayed fairly close to the highway that sliced through the forest. It's bad.
You're getting
It's
further
getting
away.
further away.
It's good. You're good. I'm like, give him the
I could
prize.
see flashes of
You'll
cars
find
through
it.
the trees. A few hundred. I feel like I'm doing fucking tree trunks from Adventure
You
Time.
do sound like tree trunks.
Oh, do tree
I'll
trunks.
just
Go
do tree
with
trunks.
it.
I'll just
Feel
go
it.
with it. I'll just go with it.
Feel that out.
I could see flashes of cars through the trees. A few hundred yards off to my right. I stayed deep enough in the woods that no one from the road could see me. Definitely tree trunks.
No one could get my apples.
I
love
could
tree
not
trunks.
afford to be seen. Not until I knew what danger I was in. Then, amidst all the greens and browns of the forest, I saw something bright yellow. It was deeper in the woods, a few hundred yards deeper. I crouched down low and walked on bent
She can
legs.
estimate hundreds of yards. I can't even do that, and I don't have amnesia.
I must be a tracker or something.
Must be a tracker. Logical conclusion for a 12-year-old, 14-year-old girl to make?
Yeah.
I'm a tracker.
I'm a tracker.
Yeah, that's me.
I
I'm
have
a tracker.
a rockin' model bod, and I know how long a
She's
few
just
hundred
like
yards.
John Locke out there, like, this grass is bent.
I'm a tracker. I'm a 14-year-old bounty hunter babe.
I would read that book.
Yeah.
I could find a sale anywhere.
Bounty hunter babe coming to HGTV this fall.
I moved as quietly as I could, placing each bare foot carefully. It was a shack. The yellow light was a cotton ribbed top.
Cotton?
The yellow was a cotton ribbed top.
What?
From the limited, probably.
The limited.
I froze. What? From the limited? What did that mean?
That is
I squeezed my eyes
Such a
shut.
throwback. I
and
never would have thought of the limited
concentrated.
all
for
right.
the rest
Again,
of my
That
life.
is
all the
awesome.
ladies listening, all
All
the ladies
you-
listening, you heard limited and
All
you're
you
like,
millennial
oh,
ladies? Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
shit.
Was it the limited or was it New York and Company?
Was Limited 2 something separate
Limited
from the
2
Limited?
was separate. Limited was like you wanted to grow up to be limited, but we were limited too.
We were limited,
We
too.
were preteens.
Limited 2 was for like
graduate.
younger kids,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
limited was for like
Rachel was shopping at Limited too. Let's
Rachel
be
was
real.
definitely shopping at limited 2. Rachel's like older sister would be shopping at the limited.
She was at
Rachel's
Limited.
mom would be
Yeah.
shopping at New York
Yeah.
and Company.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yes,
of course.
Yeah,
The-
of course.
the
of
trilogy's
course.
complete.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. This book name drops the limited.
They're like Ben and Jerry's.
Fucking how
The
long has that
Limited.
shit been out of business?
I mean,
If
just
we
man.
get a
Written in a
Delia's
mall
reference,
food
I'm gonna
court.
shit myself.
What?
If we get a Delia's reference, I'm gonna shit myself.
yeah, me too. I will also poop my pants over here.
Flash! A store. It was a store. Clothing. Tables covered with folded tops in bright colors. I was there. I was there shopping with... I knew I was there with someone with me. I could
Some kind of
feel
Hawkman boy.
the fact that someone was with me. But I couldn't see anymore. I don't know what this voice is. The memory fragment was only a brief snippet
You
of
were
time.
veering into the guy at the gas station that warns the teens not to go up there. Don't go up there.
You don't want to go up there to that old abandoned
Crystal
Limited.
Lake is haunted.
Limited 2.
That Limited 2's been abandoned for years.
Abandoned
Only-
since 1998.
Only a solitary hawk
Oh
stalks
my
the
God.
premises. His name is Tobias. Don't tell me how I know.
It almost became an Aeropostale, but it was haunted.
God damn it.
It eventually was a Paxson.
And then briefly a Skechers.
It's the S.
In my nightmares, I see
Turns out it was snakes.
Abercrombie and Fitch. I can smell that store still.
Oh, God. So dark in there.
I worked across the street, across the mall.
Yeah.
When I worked at Museum Company, the store across from us.
Was Abercrombie?
Right in the middle was like a fucking cell phone kiosk.
That's where I worked. The cell phone kiosk.
The cell phone kiosk. And then
That's where I worked
across
in
from
mall.
that was Abercrombie and Fitch. And like the fucking dichotomy of Abercrombie and Fitch and the Museum Company was the funniest thing in the entire world.
The mall.
The mall.
I only ever went in Abercrombie and Fitch as like a guest of my sister who was shopping there. It was like as if she had a +1 and I got to go in with her.
I went in with a friend also,
Yeah.
honestly, out of curiosity. And I think I touched one sweater and saw it cost like $50 and was like, I came here with
And like the waist
$10.
of it is probably this small.
Well, and it was
Yes.
dark, and you walk past it, it was
Yes,
like...
it was dark. And I
and
was
it
like,
smelled like the cologne.
I have money and I'm going to Suncoast to
And
get
there were
my
just
next Neon
Pictures
Genesis
of
Evangelion.
Devon Sawa everywhere.
Devon Sawa. I mean, that's probably, honestly, we walked in there for reasons.
Guys,
We can't explain.
this is a great episode.
no one can know.
It is a great episode. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
But I couldn't see anymore. The memory fragment was only a brief snippet of time in the limited.
Limited.
It told
of
me
time.
nothing. I looked again at the shack. It looked like it had been built a long time ago.
Some sort of radio shack.
Some sort of radio show.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
It was made of logs.
Never apologize.
Some of which were rotted out. Piper, no. Had I been here before? It felt familiar. This place. A place like it. But no. I was probably just imagining things. The yellow top was hanging on a clothesline. I duck walked left to see
Duck
through the
walked?
front
Did she
doorway.
morph? Wait.
Duck
Did
walked?
she
What?
morph?
Crouched.
What?
She
does-
morphed. She morphed to a duck, walked.
Just the legs.
Animorph has to
Yeah.
qualify these details to me.
Well, and what she means is she was
know.
when she was walking, she was like,
She was squawking it up.
yeah, like
I-
that.
The noise
can't wrap my
make
head
when I
around this
walk
at all.
crouched.
What is a duck walk?
I don't fucking know at all.
Okay.
I duck walked left to see through the
Ducks
front
walk-
doorway.
I've never seen a duck walk
What?
side.
Like,
it's
is
not
she
like ducks
confusing it
strafe.
with a crab?
Well, yeah, exactly. Ducks don't like strafe.
Yeah.
Crabs strafe.
Yes, and we are in Maryland. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah, we know what
understand.
I
ducks
need
are.
to know what a crab would do in this situation, not what a duck would do.
What a crab would do would be walk, and
Yes.
he wouldn't say crab walk
need-
because he's a crab.
Yeah.
I need one of these
Whenever
kids-
they just say walk, I assume it's a crab
So,
walking.
yeah.
One of these kids needs to touch a crab. That's what we're
I'd like
saying.
to know what goes on inside their minds.
They are delicious.
If Animorphs took place in Baltimore,
Crabs.
they would first thing is
I know
crabs.
your next sketch.
Rats.
Oh my god. Chris, can we just do a whole fucking Baltimore episode where it's Animorphs Baltimore and what was it, Iron Chef Baltimore? Oh.
Which was also my idea.
Oh my god.
Oh, my head hurts from laughing.
From laughing, yeah.
Everyone stop being funny.
Had I been here before, it felt familiar. This place, went back too far up. Duck walked. Okay, it was open. There was no light inside the cabin. Should I? Could I take the risk? If you want to return the item, you'll need a receipt, a voice said. Yeah! I yelled and spun around. A woman. Old. No, not so old. Just shabby.
Just shabby. Rachel, you
Poor.
model body little.
Poor. Wearing so many layers of clothing, she looked fat. Cool.
What? Rachel? No.
I got amnesia, and then I became a bitch.
I don't even know what to write down. There was a shabby woman in layers.
I
Shabby,
wouldn't even take a
limited-
note on this until we know what the fuck it is.
I think this is the
I
limited
know what
memory
this is.
that is proving to be unlimited in the...
I'm the ghost of the limited.
Hi, I'm the
Okay, so
guest
what
of
was
the
it?
limited.
I'm the ghost of the limited.
So many layers.
you
She
going
looked
on a-
fat, but she wasn't. She was thin, dragging a bulging canvas bag. Not a threat. Not a threat?
Fat people are a
Okay.
threat.
Yes.
Skinny people are better.
Skinny
Obviously.
people are better. Thank God Rachel, like, she was like, oh shit, a fat person. Oh, okay.
No, you're skinny like me.
You
We're
just
good.
had a big
Yeah.
bag. Oh my God, you scared me.
I forced myself to calm down. I tried to let the adrenaline flow out of me, but my heart was pounding and my muscles were tensed. "You'll need a receipt," the woman said again. She stared at me in a challenging way and held out her hand. "What?" I asked. "Do you know me?" "If you want to return the item, you'll need a receipt," she said again. She said it precisely the way she had the first time.
Is she at the mall? What?
Identical
Did
inflection.
I stutter? Get your receipt.
What is that?
She's reintegrating, so she's getting like mixed.
Get your receipt
This
for
is
your
so
sunflower
incredible.
embroidered vest that you bought at the Limited.
Animorphs'
I
work
just-
is mysterious and important.
The identical inflection. She was insane. I'm not going to ad-lib anything because
Please
all
don't,
of this
yeah.
is crazy. "I don't have a receipt," I said. She looked past me at something. Or nothing. Then she headed for the shack. I don't know why, but I followed her. She was mentally ill. But she didn't seem dangerous. And I wasn't exactly normal myself. I don't know what I expected to find inside the shack, but it was a shock. Clothing.
A shock shack?
Shock shack.
Shock check.
Piles of it 3 feet high, in every corner clothing. Much of it was dirty, filthy. Some was stained or burned. Some seemed fine. The mad woman ignored me completely. She opened her dirty canvas bag and began pulling out more items of clothing.
The Limited lives on in my shack.
I am the Limited now.
I am become limited.
As you can tell, our locations are limited. It's just the one.
Christ.
Just the
And-
one.
and if
but
you
all
walk
the
through-
clothes are here.
I have
through to the
always
back.
been the Limited, and I will always be the Limited.
I am the Limited, the two, and the way.
You can check out,
Let her
but you
eyes
can
close,
never
she
leave
floats
the
up slightly.
Limited. Oh my god.
She opened her dirty canvas bag and began pulling out more items of clothing. Stained shirts, ripped jeans,
Ew.
one old sneaker.
Stained with what?
"Excuse me," I said. "Ma'am, if you want to return the item, you'll need a receipt." "Can you tell me your name?" She stopped sorting the clothing. She turned a sly grin toward me. "My name? Or its name? We are two, not one. Yes, yes. If you want to return the item, your name, please," I said.
Limited 2. It's happening.
What the fuck is going on?
She's limited. The alien's limited,
Limited,
too.
limited.
You know a secret about this book.
I know a secret that already makes less sense. Like,
Oh, okay.
it's already...
Whatever you know has a...
Whatever I know, this is already weirder. It
Fuck,
started being
God.
the thing, and this is already
Oh
weirder.
my god, okay.
"Your name, please," I said. "It's gone now," she said craftily. "But it will be back. Oh, yes, they'll be back. They never go away forever." I guess normally I might have been frustrated. I might have even gotten annoyed. But I knew now what it was like to have your brain betray you. I hear that, sister.
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
I don't even know what to fucking write down.
There's
Write down limited 2.
Yeah, write down.
If you'd like to return your
Reborn
item,
at the Radio Shack. I think we'll get it.
Yeah.
I'll know what this means.
Your notes are steadily approaching like 7 level, like crazy looking.
All right. This looks like a great page. Who does all this clothing belong to? I asked. Mine? She shrieked suddenly. Mine? It's mine! Okay. Okay, it's yours. I found it all. People throw it away. It's mine. Yes, it is yours, but I was wondering, I don't have any shoes. I thought maybe you could let me borrow a pair of shoes. Will that be cash, check, or credit card?
Nice.
I had
Venmo?
an idea.
Square?
Maybe it was stupid. Maybe it was even a little cruel. I bent down and picked up a chunk of pine bark from the floor. I held it out to the woman. Credit card.
Rachel.
She doesn't even have her full brain, and she's tricking this woman
She's
with
like,
bark.
I have lost my memories, but I have not lost my ability to scam a hoe in the forest.
This is like
I don't know my name, but I can fake a credit card.
this is like performance level 100.
Yes.
Rachel, you gotta roll a 20, bitch.
Yeah.
Yes.
She took it. She looked at it in confusion. Then she looked up at me. There was something lost and desperate in her eyes. Is this the store? She asked. It's your store, I said.
Oh, God.
She forced a shaky smile. Let me know if I can help you find anything. I will, I said.
What?
I began
Hey,
digging.
remember when we were reading an Animorphs book?
No, but I love whatever this is.
Wow.
I began digging through the nearest pile of clothing. Shoes were stuck here and there. I dug each one out, one by one, and set them in a pile on the floor. I needed a size 5.
I
So
needed
far-
a size 5. I'm like super tiny.
I have little doll feet.
Super petite, size 5.
So far, I had mostly men's shoes. Are you one of them? The woman asked. One of what, ma'am? I replied. The others, the ones who live in your head. I don't think so.
So she knows
I
about
said-
the yerks.
I was focused on my search. There's only one way to know for sure, she said in a soft, silky voice. Success! One size Reebok and one size 5 Converse. They weren't exactly matched, but they were better than being barefoot.
I heard a creak of rusty hinges behind me. I turned to look. The old woman had opened a trapdoor in the floor
What?
of the shack.
Not of the shack. Not of the crazy shack.
The crazy
You
shack.
know a shack's gonna have a trapdoor.
Of course it's gonna have a trapdoor.
All
Love
limiteds,
Shack, probably.
honestly, all limiteds had a trapdoor.
Chris, this is a hate shack.
Only the people who knew. I started to rise from my crouch,
Her shoe crouch.
holding the
Her
shoes.
duck crouch.
And I just want to
Crab
take a
crouch.
moment to thank our sponsors: Reebok, Converse,
Skechers.
Ben and Jerry's,
Vans.
Ben
Limited
and Jerry.
and limited to.
Ben-
Vans. Limited
Ben
and
and Jerry.
limited too.
Limited. Thank you. Wump.
I love you.
Oh my God.
Something hit me from behind. I tried to suck in a breath, but the blow had emptied my lungs. The woman was all over me, shoving, clawing, scratching, and screaming. Yerk, yerk, yerk. Yerk, yerk, yerk.
Oh my God.
I struggled to fend her off, but she was strong and driven by her insane vision. I fell down through the hole in the floor. Yeet, yeet! She screamed.
I'm losing my mind.
I landed on dirt. On dirt, y'all.
Ew.
I recovered quickly and leaped back up at the opening. The hatch slammed down on me. I ducked just in time. Yeek, yeek, yeek! Flash! A gray, sludgy pool. An underground cavern. Something in the pool. Swimming. Many somethings. Seething just beneath the surface of the pool like fish. No.
Oh, there's a yerk pool
It's a
down
yerk
there.
pool.
Slugs. Gray slugs. My head swam with the sudden vision, but I couldn't focus on that. I had to get out. I pounded on the splintery wood of the hatch.
It hurts.
Lady, let me out of here. Let me out of here. I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah, because you're in the power position.
Damn.
Yeah, Rachel, it definitally has the brain of a
Yeah.
14-year-old girl. I don't want to hurt you.
Don't make me hurt you.
She doesn't remember she can transform into an elephant.
Yeah.
I am wearing one Reebok and one Converse, okay?
Yeah.
Elephant would be a bad choice because those are some giant ears for the slugs to jump into.
Ooh, good
Fit
point.
so many yerks in there.
So many yerks.
No answer. I looked around. It wasn't a basement, just a space beneath the shack.
What is that if not a basement?
I
A
don't
root
want
cellar.
to give it a name, but it is not a basement, and I will not explain myself further.
It's just a hole under the house.
It's a slug hole. Many people had them to store their slugs.
Oh,
there.
oh, your house doesn't have a slug hole.
Oh, you must be poor.
That's unfortunate.
This slug hole was built after 1950, so you know it's up to code.
We live, laugh, love in this slug hole. And
Live,
we
laugh,
honor
slug.
we live, laugh, slug.
Fuck!
Writing that down.
Live, laugh, slug. Make a note.
Live.
We're gonna get through like 3 chapters max.
I know.
No,
Good
no.
episode, though.
Don't apologize.
I'm a great guest, but
Yeah.
if you want to move like forward in the book, don't have me on.
We can't move
We're
the
gonna
narrative.
stop on every little
I
detail.
don't want to move forward.
I don't even want us to read anymore. I want you to just keep reading the rest of this.
Maybe long ago it had been some kind of way to escape. Or maybe it was a place to store food for the winter or slugs. Who am I to judge? But it had the feeling of great age. It was hard-packed dirt on 3 sides. The 4th side was a wall of vertical logs. But I did not see a way out. The vertical logs was not a ladder. Once again, I do have amnesia. I know what the moon is. I do not know what a ladder is, and please do not ask me again.
I can't handle whatever is happening. I can't. This has gone so. This book, not us. I mean, we have. But this book's gone so far off the rails.
It's the book's fault.
It's the book's fault.
This is an entirely different book than what we were reading
K.A.
before.
Applegate.
K.A. Applegate, how dare you?
K.A. Applegate and
The limited.
readers. And the readers. I'm sorry. We judged you in the beginning, and I'm judging you
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Lady, let me out of here. I'm not gonna hurt you. Again, threatening. She
Yeah.
is in a cellar, and she's like, I'm not gonna hurt you. She spoke in a much quieter voice. No, you don't want to hurt me. You just want to crawl inside my head.
My God.
Do you want me to finish this out? There's like,
Oh, yeah.
all right. Like you did before. Crawl inside my head. Make me give you my husband. Make me give him
Excuse
to
me.
you. My children. All for you. All for you. Controlling me in my head, but you died, didn't you? Yerk.
Holy shit, what?
I
is
felt
awesome.
a terrible coldness. She was insane. Insane. And that is italicized
Yeah.
in the book. That's not an ad-lib. And yet, why did her raving mean something to me? That word, yerk, it meant something. Something evil.
Oh my God.
Was I crazy too? Yes. Was that the truth I was hiding from myself?
Yes.
I
Yes.
took a lorazepam and went to bed. End chapter.
My.
Insane in the yerk brain.
Insane
Insane in the brain.
What was the gist of that? The lady thinks the
She she's running a limited shack in
Yes.
the woods.
She's,
Did she give her husband to the Yerks?
and children.
Honestly,
she gave her husband
And children.
and
the Yerks?
children, and honestly,
So it's like a Lake Placid situation.
It is, but it sounds like the yerk in her brain died. So it
Maybe
sounds
because
like
her
She had a
brain ain't
Yerk,
right.
but it died.
it sounds like a yerk went in her brain
and maybe
and then
had,
it died.
like Chris was just saying, the mental health issue.
the
The yerk was like, "Oh shit!"
yerk
lady.
was like, I
"You're
can't
running a
deal with
limited
this."
in a shack." She
Yeah.
was doing that with her family.
Yeah, definitely.
We have no evidence
No,
on
yeah.
the contrary. So
What the fuck?
The yeark crawled in there and was like, oh no.
Oh god.
I feel like we've
I
read
can't
one
leave, and the
chapter and
brain's
I've
like,
taken
"You're fucking
so
mine
many
now."
fucking
We've
notes.
read 2 chapters, but it's been a wild ride.
The yeark yeeted.
Your Keats
Chapter 11.
maybe has a dead.
Remember when
Bankruptcy.
you
I
said-
can't believe you didn't say it, Chris.
Do you remember when
Oh,
you
I was
said
thinking of a joke.
we're starting chapter 11? And
Yeah.
do you remember when you said we're going to read to chapter 19?
I do remember when I said that. Here's the thing. I remember when I said that.
We all had
I
hopes and
didn't,
dreams
I didn't know
at the beginning of this.
what this was gonna be, though.
Yeah, no one could have known.
This was gonna. This.
I didn't know.
Oof.
I'm learning new things about myself and my own mental health
Yeah.
tonight.
We didn't know Parker Posey was going to show up.
We had
She's
no idea
here.
Parker Posey was gonna show up.
She's here.
We had no idea a crazy shack lady was gonna be in this book. It's
I
that
did
already,
know that.
You did
Parker
know that.
Posey's
Yes.
elsewhere right now, and she's like, I am being channeled.
I
Oh my
like,
God,
that
if
would-
she showed up right now.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love if she's like in her like I want to say she's in like a great, comfy, cool like
She's in a big chair.
LA. Yeah, and she's just like someone has
I
summoned
am
me
needed.
tonight,
Yes.
and I will send my energy into the
I
space.
give you my blessing.
I give you my blessing.
Do my voice.
Do my
Read
blessing.
my
on,
voice.
read on, my children.
So I'll tell you what
Yes.
I knew of this book from the description.
Did it just
was
happen?
Rachel gets amnesia in the woods and stumbles into a shack where a lady holds her hostage. I did
Okay.
not know this lady was insane and thought that she lived in a limited store and had a yeark pull in her not basement and
Yeah.
fed her husband and children to the yearks.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a
Like a Kim Cougar trap.
like a Kim Cougar trap.
you.
I was trying to like
Yeah.
a 24
24
season
season two.
2 Kim Cougar trap. That's what I expected.
By the way, this podcast is only for 35 to 45
Elder
year olds.
millennial. Elder millennial.
Elder millennial.
If you're not an elder millennial, you're probably
I'm so
not
sorry.
listening.
If you're not an elder millennial and you've been listening to specifically this episode, I am so sorry.
You know what? Glad we're here. You just need some notes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
footnotes. You're gonna have to do some research.
Look, we've had fun. So, like,
we welcome you
Yeah.
to our space.
yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna be
We're
here
damaged,
for,
but
we're
yeah.
gonna
But
be
also,
here for a
fuck you if you're not having a good time.
minute. Why are you here?
Why are you here? Oh my god. Chapter 11.
Bankruptcy.
Thank you. Jake.
Oh, the joke I was thinking of was the slug was Job from Arrested Development, and he crawls in the lady's brain, and he's like, I've made a terrible mistake.
He crawls in her
made a
brain and he's
terrible
like,
mistake.
have we tried hair up, glasses off?
Let's get that hair right back up.
I feel like there's some light coming in under the door. Holy shit. Guys, Arrested Development's great. Again, elder millennials.
Again, and dated when you rewatch it.
Yeah.
Oof,
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to a
Marco,
point.
Marco and I took the bus. There's only 3 seasons of it, Chris. What are you talking about?
I mean, even in the
Well, there's
earlier
the
seasons.
Netflix.
Yeah.
I mean, it's of a time,
It's
and
a-
it's our time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hashtag
It's our
elder
shameful
millennial.
time.
It's our shameful time. We've
Hashtag,
been
yeah.
rewatching 30 Rock. There's jokes in there I don't like, but there's
yeah.
a lot I do.
Yes, it's and when I say dated, it's not
They
an
have
insult.
more hits than misses.
Yes, dated is not necessarily an insult, but you know,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, that was happening.
I still watch old James Bond movies. I don't think that they were correct in the
Yes.
things
And
that
read the
they
books.
showed. And read the
Yes.
books. Let's get back to this.
Some of those are hard to get through.
Marco and I took the bus to a place close to where the dust beast had attacked Rachel
Dust
and
beast?
destroyed the ice cream truck.
The
That's the
Bladnado?
sentence.
Wait, whose chapter was this? Sorry.
Jake.
Jake, okay.
The bus
This is
stopped and
that
we
guy.
Jake. It's me, Jake.
Sean Ashmore.
Sean Ashmore.
Yeah, he doesn't have a voice. He's just a dude. He's just a dude.
Yeah. I can at least picture his face.
I can just try and be dreamy when he talks. The bus
Is he
stopped.
dreamy? I didn't really think he was dreamy.
We were talking about how he was dreamy. He's dreamy in like
just looks like a guy.
He's dreamy in an attainable way.
He's also ageless.
In
He
a,
looks
in a,
like a guy you work with that you're like, I guess he's the cutest guy at this office.
He looks-
But the bar's not high.
Look, here's the thing. If you know Sean Ashmore and Devon Sawa,
Yeah.
Devon Sawa is the guy that you're gonna be like, fuck, like I want to get with that.
you're
But
gonna
he's-
make mistakes.
He's too pretty.
You're gonna make mistakes for Devon Sawa.
Yes,
For Ashmore,
and he's
you're gonna
too pretty.
You're gonna settle.
You're gonna settle for
You're gonna
him,
settle.
and he's gonna treat you better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What is this show?
Anyways, Bekah and I will be spinning off a podcast.
You try to
It's gonna be
fix
called
Devon
90s
Sawa.
Hunks.
You're trying to fix Devon.
I will only ever talk about Sean Astin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Well,
great.
Sean Astin
I
fixes
just love
you.
him so much.
Yeah.
If he
He's the cutest human that's ever existed.
And he's
if he
got
can't
bald
carry
head.
the
age.
look, if he can't carry the ring for you, then he's gonna carry you. Try not to fucking cry right now.
Try not to cry challenge. Hashtag elder millennials. Hashtag
Hashtag the Eagles.
hashtag yerk. Hashtag.
Oh my god. The bus stopped and we climbed off. We were at a combination gas station and convenience store just off the highway.
Combination Taco Bell KFC.
I know, like, did you have to specify? So
Yes,
a Rofo.
they did.
You're at a Rofo.
The kids need to know. It's pertinent to the readers.
There was a Denny's across the street and a Dairy Queen not far off. So they're
Denny's,
in the
Dairy
county.
Queen. Add it to the
lexicon,
brand.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the brand.
I
At
spent
this
a lot
point,
of
we would
time
like
at
to thank our
Denny's.
sponsors.
What?
Thank you, Denny's.
Hold
Thank
up
you,
one
Dairy
sec,
Queen.
guys. The wreckage of the Ben and Jerry's truck was at the gas station. Brands everywhere.
Brand.
It had been towed there to get it off the road. There wasn't much left of the trailer. It had been chewed up and ground into splinters. Well, Marco said dryly, that sure looks like the work of the same creature that ventilated Darlene's house. You do realize you shouldn't have been there in the first place, I said. Someone could have been killed. Like I knew some devil beast was going to come after me, Marco demanded. I let it go. Marco knew he'd screwed up. At least I hoped he knew.
I mean, what Marco did was stupid, but he
Yeah.
didn't know he'd be calling down
He
a
didn't
like
call
tornado
it-
monster.
Yeah, he didn't.
He just was being a creepy
He didn't
dick.
cause that, but he was doing a Porky's prank.
Yes.
Yeah. Come on, I said. You have the bag? Of course I have the bag, Marco grumbled. We headed for the woods. Once well into the trees, we began scanning the tree branches. Up here, Tobias said in thought speak. He was on a branch, preening his feathers. He used his beak to sort of comb through each feather. You know, preening.
Hey, kids. Let's talk about preening.
Why would it say preening his feathers and then just explain what that... Okay. Is this really the time to be worrying about your looks? Marco asked. Preening isn't about looks, Tobias said patiently. I'm cleaning, and I'm straightening feathers. Clean feathers fly better. Clean
I
feathers.
really like your Batman voice.
Thank you.
How do you even get dirty? Marco wondered. I mean, flying all the time. I was hungry, so I ate a mouse. A mouse just like the one you became this morning, Tobias said. It wasn't a very clean kill. Any other questions?
Oh, damn.
I like your Batman voice too, Bekah.
Thank you. I smiled as Marco turned slightly green. Where's Axe? I asked. Why does that keep happening to me?
Oh man,
It's
like
awful. It's awful.
Why?
It's awful.
it's like the roulette
not
wheel keeps
fair.
landing on you, and you're
damn
like
it.
axed a question.
He's coming, about a mile back. He's fast, but he's on foot, whereas I flew. Did you? No, Tobias answered. I didn't see anything. No humans walking in this area of the woods at all, as far as I saw. Except for this crazy woman who lives in a shack out there. No
Actually.
Rachel. Crazy woman, but no Rachel.
There were no humans. Well,
She runs a limited in the woods. It's
there
weird.
was one crazy woman not worth mentioning.
There's no reason we should check that out at all.
Yeah. The only person I've seen is this super crazy woman
Yeah.
who lives
It's
in a
like
shack.
the worst place Rachel could be,
Yeah.
but I didn't see her.
She
so
does love taking hostages.
Yeah. Okay, I said. Marco and I are going to morph now. You want to go up top and make sure we're clear? Tobias opened his wings and swept low over our heads before catching a headwind and rising up above
You
the
want to be on
treetops.
top when we morph.
Always. Ready, Marco? I asked.
Did you say always like Snape?
No, I just said it, but
It just sounded like you were doing a
I
Snape.
wasn't going for a Snape,
It's-
but I'll yeah.
You said
I'll take it.
always.
I did not say that.
That's how it sounded to me.
That's
Okay.
loaded. Okay.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
very loaded.
please?
Sure, I love this morph. It's cool. This is what morphing should always be like. We were planning to use our wolf morphs.
Fuck off.
Cool.
For one thing, wolves ran in the forest, so we wouldn't be totally out of place. Because wolves are just fucking around in suburbia.
they
We
are
have
just
a
around.
coyote
Yes.
here, and that
Ooh, on the
coyote
golf
scared
course?
the shit out of me.
Yeah.
We've heard it howl. It's crazy.
It's terrifying.
It's
if
crazy.
I saw a wolf...
Do you guys hear foxes around?
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
So
we
foxes
hear and
are
see
terrifying.
Foxes sound like
horrible.
like a child's dying,
I
Yeah.
can.
Or a woman being
or
slaughtered.
a woman is being slaughtered.
Okay,
Yeah.
Becca has the clip on her phone. We'll play it for you after we finish the
Yeah.
episode.
There were
But
sirens that set off a coyote, which set off the foxes. And it sounds like everything. It's the scariest
end of
bunch
the
of
world.
sounds.
Becca was
that could
asleep.
happen.
I was awake.
I slept through it. Our windows were
Yeah,
open.
Becca
I
was
slept
dead
through
asleep.
it.
I was reading. I was in
Yeah.
bed and reading, trying to fall asleep. High, not great.
What were you reading?
A ton of French book called The Hunter, I think. I can't remember. Tana French's newest book. Very good. Highly recommend. Anyway, I was lying in bed, yeah, and I heard sirens, and then howling, and then screaming, and it was going through our backyard, and it scared the living shit out of me.
It was end times. We're
Yeah.
all ready
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah. I fully thought there were, like, escaped, like, women from a serial killer's den, like, running through our, like, property.
But more importantly, wolves have a magnificent sense of smell. Open the bag. Marco opened the bag and took out a girl's shirt. It belonged to Rachel. She'd left it at Cassie's house.
Okay.
Oh, they're gonna train themselves to smell her.
Yeah.
Okay. We hoped it would still smell like Rachel. We were going to play Bloodhound. We shoved our clothes back into the bag and stood there in our morphing suits.
They've done
Should've
this
morphed
before.
into bloodhounds.
Yeah. Come on.
Right?
They've touched a wolf, but not a bloodhound.
Yeah. Maybe wolves have better noses than bloodhounds, but we just don't use wolves because
Even
they're
still,
wolves.
when are you gonna fucking touch a wolf? I've never seen a wolf.
They explain everything with fucking Cassie's.
Yeah, Cassie's
animal.
parents are animal
It's like
sanctuary.
yeah.
Like they're vets and have an
It's like a
animal
farm.
sanctuary, but still.
Marco's like, I went to the zoo one day and broke all the rules.
Can you
Snuck
okay,
around everywhere.
if you morph into, like, let's say a monkey or a bird or something, and you were at the zoo,
Oh man, a monkey would be so fun.
and you jumped around the enclosures and, like, touched other animals, like, the whole thing is they have to touch an animal and, like, meld with it, like, to absorb,
Acquire it.
Thank you, Chris, to acquire the morph. But I want to know if they can do that while they're morphed. Like, do they have to be human? Do they have to be original Marco
That's a good
to
question.
do it, or could they be like, yeah, like Monkey Marco?
Monkey Marco.
You know, Marco's favorite thing to morph into is a monkey. Little piece of shit.
I like how Chris was like, a monkey would be cool, and you're like, Marco likes monkeys, that little piece of shit.
That tracks.
I think it does. Yeah.
We shoved our clothes back into the bag and stood there in our morphing suits, bike shorts, and tops. Tops. General tops.
We all were wearing crop tops
Yes.
Not to be
from the limited.
gendered, yeah, like normative or whatever.
Boys
like,
don't call their shirts tops.
But why do they even need to
British
wear
boys
tops?
do.
Oh,
I
because
don't
they're
know,
boys?
maybe they're self-conscious.
Yeah, they need tops.
All right.
They don't want anyone seeing their nips.
They're sweet teen nips.
Preteen boy
They're
nips.
preteen nips.
They're the kind of guys that wear t-shirts in the pool. What can I say?
I did.
That's
that.
just-
That's
that's-
fine. Yeah, I get it. All right, I get
There
it.
you
Or
go.
it's called a
now,
bike
now
top.
you
Yeah.
understand. A
bike-
bike top.
Bike
Bike
Maybe they're
shorts
dressed like
and
Lance
bike
Armstrong.
tops.
Yeah.
Needless to say, we looked just a bit out of place. All clear, Tobias called down from somewhere above. Well, let's do it, I said to Marco. You look so...
Arnold.
When you get that expression, Marco teased. Thank you for the assistance.
So what? So? Arnold Schwarzenegger. I smiled. Oh, shut up. All right then, let's do it.
It
Marco
was phonetic,
said,
so
doing
obviously.
a pretty decent Arnold accent.
It's pretty
Thank
good.
you,
It's
boy.
actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
Good job, Marco and Chris.
We got to be wolves.
Let's go!
Do it now.
Rachel.
It's not a bloodhound, it's a wolf!
Smell the shirt.
Oh my god.
Get to the Yark pool. Right.
I want to hear Arnold say Hork-Bajir.
Hork-Bajir.
That was perfect! Chris, you did it!
I focused on the wolf. We had first acquired the wolf
wolf.
morphs a while back, when we were on a mission to destroy a Yerk truck ship. What?
What?
Hold on.
Hold on, I missed all of that because I was thinking about woof.
Woof. I changed it to woof.
A gear truck ship?
A Yerk truck ship.
I can't.
That's
Yeah.
all we got. There's no more context.
We're 2 episodes into this book, and I can't.
And this next sentence,
Yeah.
I'm not ad-libbing anything. I'm just being very creative with how I say it. Mm-hmm. Wolf, I said to myself. The first change was the fur, gray and shaggy and as rough as carpeting.
I just want you to keep saying woof like
Woof.
New
like,
Girl.
like Schmidt.
Yeah.
How did he say it again?
He always
He
felt
said
like he would say the roof. He would say rough.
Rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he said
said
woof.
woof, yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking of rough.
Wolf, I said to myself. The first change was the fur, gray and shaggy and as rough as carpeting.
Rough.
It sprouted from my human skin in a wave that rippled down from my neck all across my body. I could see my face bulging out, growing a long snout, and that rhymed and that made me happy. It's very odd because when you're a human, you can't really see your own nose. Fucking lie.
You can if you think about it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely weird to have this long thing sticking out of your face. Mm-hmm. Of course, that's not exactly the only weird thing about morphing.
Here's a fun game to play. When they describe morphing, just imagine what it feels like.
It's impossible not to.
It's
Oh, well, I mean,
really,
I don't
no,
know.
it really.
Is that
Yeah.
do you not immediately think viscerally like
No,
what's
I am.
happening?
I am literally
Okay.
thinking like, ugh.
I can't not. That's why I can't do like gory movies because
Yeah.
I can't not feel it happen in my body.
Don't bring me back for Animorphs.
It's. You know what's funny is that that's what
Fair.
everyone says.
Well, gang, you're in luck because I'm about to describe how it feels.
Cool. Good.
Morphing seems like it should hurt. And it does. No.
I'm pretty sure they say it does.
We screamed constantly.
I mean, there are entire organs inside your body that are changing, even down to individual cells. Everything about you is changed within a couple of minutes. It doesn't hurt, though. I guess the Andalite scientists who discovered the process made sure of that. If it had hurt, it would have been pain too terrible to live through.
I thought they've described pain before.
I also did.
Maybe it's just discomfort.
Well, also, like,
but-
like if you morph into a cow, can you imagine feeling the growth of like 5 extra stomachs? How many stomachs do cows have?
I don't know.
Yeah, several, but
More than one.
I think it's 4. But
4?
don't quote me on that.
Even 3.
Gross.
Even 3 extra stomachs. Feeling that shit just happen inside your gut.
Ew. Okay,
I'm
guess they get into
disassociating,
it,
so-
but,
We've gone into poo talk about Animorphs before.
We have.
I
yeah,
believe,
and
with
we
Kelly.
still don't have answers.
No, we don't, because
Yeah.
they are not clear enough
Yeah.
when it comes to the poop in you.
But also
Especially
just
when
like
you're
what's in your
doing.
stomach. Like if you eat
Yeah.
a
I
cheeseburger
ate the
and then
Ben
you
and
morph.
Jerry's that had melted from the truck.
Yeah. Is
I
the
think-
Ben
And
and
then I
Jerry's
shat
still in
it
your
out
with
stomach
a
when
wolf.
you're a wolf?
But yeah, we have talked about that as like if you ate like a Thanksgiving dinner and then
Yeah.
you morphed and
Yeah.
it goes away, does it come back when you morph back or is it gone? Is it like a life
Marco
hack?
morphs back and is like, I gotta take a shit.
Or you ate like a shitload of chocolate and you morphed into a dog.
And then you
Yeah.
die
Oh,
immediately?
Yeah.
I wonder if K.A. Applegate's on social media if we could get these questions answered.
I think it's important. I think the world wants to know.
Yeah.
I would love it. I mean, I want any of these authors. I want to talk to any of them. R.L. Stein,
Reach out to
well,
him.
R.I.P.
RL,
Francine Pascal.
K.A.
Oh, yeah.
But K.A.,
Francine.
K.A., Christopher Pike,
CP.
he's still working.
Yeah.
He's wonderful.
God damn it.
I don't know if I want to talk to Christopher Pike.
I do, desperately.
I don't want to. Like,
Get him
what
on.
was your family relationship like, man?
No,
'Cause
let's
there's
not get
just
into,
way
let's not
too
get into
much
that.
fucking-
I just want to say I love the books. I love the books, man. Be a guest.
Yeah, and then he replies like, "Did you love the incest parts most?"
And And I would say, no, Christopher. No.
Christopher.
No. No.
Senor Pike.
Oh, anyway, Chris, tell us about the morphing.
Especially when you're doing some really bizarre morph, like into a lobster or an ant, when there's almost nothing left that's even slightly human. It didn't hurt, but it could definitely creep you out. I could hear my bones shifting and popping and stretching and squeezing. There was a grinding noise when my knee suddenly reversed direction. Hey, Jake. Hold on, I'm gonna reread that. Hey, Jake, Marco said. He still had most of his human mouth.
Most, not all.
Ugh.
I started to answer him, but the sound that came out was more like.
That was a great
Kill
reading
me
of those
now.
letters of the screen.
I'm an affront to God.
You sound like the dog.
Kill me.
The dog from Rick and Morty when he's trying to talk and he's like, row, row, row.
Edward. I don't know if anyone here will get that reference, but
What'd you say?
I said Edward.
I don't get it.
I get the reference, and I
All right,
hate
thank
you.
you.
I hate you because that
Very traumatic moment for
very
the show.
traumatic. The anime nerds know.
Oh.
The anime nerds know.
Okay.
Chimeras. Nina. What's the dog's name?
I feel like I had a
I
stroke.
don't remember.
I don't know what any of this.
We're gonna digress from your podcast, but Chris, I got your stupid fuck up reference, and I'm mad about it. I'm mad about it.
It is a very upsetting
It's a
moment.
very upsetting part. The most upsetting part. Yes,
And there's a lot of upsetting parts, but that is the most.
that's the most. That one. Yeah.
I feel like that's how
Full
you just
Metal
describe
Alchemist Brotherhood.
anime.
Check
It's
it
just-
out.
It's upsetting.
It depends. It
Yeah.
depends. I say this series is called Full Metal Alchemist.
I've heard of, never
You
seen.
should definitely watch it. Watch Brotherhood. This episode will fuck you up. And then the rest you're going to be like, wow, like, this is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris just traumatized me and anyone
any
else.
of our listeners.
Any other nerds who aren't furry.
Anime nerds.
But anime.
It's one of those shows where it starts off where it's just like, okay, badass moments, and then very funny moments, and then you get to this episode and you're just like,
Fuck.
my soul.
Is it like
Fuck.
is it like people who with like Futurama where they're like, I can't watch Jurassic Park? Is it like that kind of, or is it?
It's
different?
more fucked up than that.
Okay.
episode
Way
of
more fucked up than
Futurama.
Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Futurama makes you sad.
Yeah.
You're feeling your feelings, and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, love and pain and death. No, this one is like,
But also kind of beautiful.
yes,
This is just awful.
This is just depraved,
Yeah.
fucking
Okay.
disgusting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
Edward.
Anyway.
should watch
Edward. Yes.
Brave Disgusting sounds a lot like Animorphs.
Yeah.
I
I got the reference.
a
Good
sentence
thing
and a
I
half
was here
left.
tonight,
I
Chris.
know, right?
yeah, I
Good thing
know.
this
would've
anime
just been
nerd
like,
was here
whatever.
tonight.
Usually it's just us against Chris going, okay.
I'll take your word for it.
And it took like almost 20 years for me to be like, I'm not going to elaborate. I'm sorry. And then like,
We'll talk about
Anyway.
it post show. Pineapple.
Marco grinned, and at that second, his mouth bulged into a snout.
Ew.
God.
That seems like the
Ooh.
worst position for your mouth to become a snout.
bad moon rising.
His teeth grew and multiplied and became the fearsome weapons of the wolf. You want me to just finish
Yeah,
this
finish
one?
it, Chris.
I don't believe it. It's coming. Tobias yelled, "It's coming!" I didn't need to ask what Tobias meant. I looked up at the sky. A dust storm was blowing just above the trees. It's coming!
That's what she said.
Chris is definitely right about the whole fucking drawn to morphing.
Are we still reading? It feels
What-
like
what
it's
chapter
been
is
a
this?
long
12.
time. This is chapter 12.
We can, you know what? I was just gonna. We should probably end it. But
But it's Rachel.
We read 3 chapters.
It's Rachel.
It's Rachel!
How long is a chapter?
She's back in the
1,
shack.
2.
Oh, it's not
short.
long.
We can do 12.
We
Okay.
can
Let's do it,
That's
guys.
no
Everyone shut
indication.
the fuck
Everyone
up
shut
and
the
just
fuck up
That is
and read
no
about
indication.
Rachel.
Chapter 12. Rachel,
Oh, hold on. I feel like I lost it.
let me out, you crazy old woman! I yelled.
Perfect.
God damn it.
I was learning something about myself. I still didn't know my own name.
I was learning about something about himself. I can't live without money.
And I hate poor people. I still didn't know my own name, but I knew one thing. Whoever I was, I had a temper.
Oh my God.
But the woman was no longer paying attention to me. I could hear her in the cabin above, sorting clothes and muttering to herself about the limited, the sales, the savings. The anger I felt was good. I realized it kept me from being afraid. There was something about that word, yerk. It meant something. Something bad. Flash. I was looking through strange eyes, seeing too well, seeing not at all. Then, a centipede bigger than a human. Huge. More creatures, some real, some that could not possibly be real. An elephant, a massive rampaging bear. Ants that were as big as I was. Piper. A deadly creature that swung razor-bladed arms and had feet like Tyrannosaurus and...
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Flash. And a creature dying like a horse. No. No, like a deer. But not a deer. This is not ad-libbed at all.
Fucking dying.
Like a horse.
Like a
They die
horse.
all the time.
But it was not like a horse. No, it was like a deer, but not a deer. A tail. A tail that flashed. Eyes. Too many eyes. And thoughts. Thoughts that were in my head. Get out of my head! I yelled suddenly.
Flames.
I gasped.
On the side of my face.
It had been so powerful. My mind had opened and gushed out horrible images. Saxon and Piper.
And the other one.
Then it had closed again. Everything was hidden once more beneath a gray blanket. I smelled smoke. I was having a stroke, y'all. And the scent was strong. Strong and near. Was the old woman cooking? Making a campfire? Was she? The shack! It was burning!
What the?
Oh, wait, other way.
Oh my God. Let me out of here! I cried. The shack's on fire! You won't get me again, yerk! I'm not a yerk! Let me out! Let me out! The fire spread with stunning swiftness. In less than a minute, there were tongues of flame dripping down the chinks in the floor above me. I could hear it snapping and popping.
Snapping and popping.
It's like kettle corn.
Like kettle corn.
The smoke poured down in gusts. And
I don't know
blew.
my name, but I do know
I
what
know what
kettle corn is.
It's so sweet and salty.
Corn?
The smoke poured down in gusts and then blew away, only to come back still stronger. Let me out! I yelled again, but there was no answer. I was gonna burn. I coughed as smoke scorched my throat. I ran to the logs. I ran to the log uprights that formed the cage. I shoved at them. I shoved and pulled, but they didn't move. I was trapped. I tried to scream again, but I coughed instead. I could barely breathe. Already, my head was feeling light. Power. I needed power to break out. Power enough to shatter the rotted logs.
The power of an elephant I knew, but I do not know my name.
The power of a hefty bank account.
Empty bank account.
I sank to my knees, driven down by the
Elephant.
An Elef trust fund.
An Ella hedge fund. Sparks flew around. Sparks fell around me, and I brushed them away as they burned my legs and back. I was too weak.
My legs.
My legs. I couldn't do it. But within me, something within me. And then it began. I didn't even notice it at first. I was too terrified. I expected the flame-engulfed cabin to crash down on me at any moment. Suddenly, I began to change.
Okay, hold on. Before you go further.
Yes.
What would be the best thing to change into if there's fire around you?
A rhino?
Rhino's good. I'm just gonna say elephant because
Picture a
she's already
rhino
done
and
an
fire,
elephant,
but
and I
I
feel
don't
like
think
it's
you're
her.
wrong. It's just not.
Rhinos put out
First thought.
fires.
Rhinos put out fires.
What?
Yep.
How?
They hate fire. They stomp on it.
What?
Is this canon?
Canon to rhinos?
Is this canon
Is this,
to life?
Is this rhino canon?
Is this life
Multiple
canon?
media.
No canon.
In multiple media I have viewed
What?
in
How?
my time on this earth.
Honestly, rhino canon dictates that
Everyone knows that rhinos put out fires.
the lore is
What about
there.
hippos, Chris? They're like rhinos, but they're wet.
No,
Elephants
hippos
have
just
like
hate.
fire hoses on their face.
Elephants have fire hoses on their face, Chris.
If there's water available. What's she gonna do? Snort up a bunch of yerks into her brain and then
There's
push
a
them
There's
back
a
out?
right
pool,
there.
Chris. There's a yerk pool.
But it's filled with yerks.
So how about
Just
she?
snort them up and shoot them out really fast before they get to
Before
her
they
brain.
can get to your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
What
a
if,
yerk
what
machine
if
gun.
you go?
If that's what she does, I swear to God, I'm gonna shit.
Okay, all
I can
right.
barely hear Chris right now.
I know. I don't know why he's
Chris,
so
say
low.
something.
I'll get closer.
Why are you so low?
You sound like a abnormally low.
I don't know. Maybe it's because you guys are so loud and
we're
the
having
noise
too much
canceling.
I think we're having too much fun.
It's too much fun. The mics are picking up. On
I
all the
actually
fun.
have no idea why Chris
I
is
know
so
it's
low.
concerning.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to
Do
get
I
to the
need to
finish
speak
line.
up or
Sorry?
do I need to speak up? I'm quite loud.
No, you're probably fine.
If you're, I don't know, still recording on your end, it's probably fine. But you're
Look,
really
I am.
quiet over
Guys,
here. I don't
I'm gonna
know
have
why.
to do so much editing in this fucking episode.
Yeah.
Pineapple.
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 All right, where was I? I was too weak. Where was I?
I mean, I thought that was a good conversation. We got Rhino Cannon.
Oh no, I'm gonna keep that in.
Okay.
I sank to my knees, driven down by the heat. Sparks fell around me, and I brushed them away as they burned my legs and back. I already read that. I was too weak. I couldn't do it. But within me, something within me, and then it began. Oh, I already read all of this.
Oh my God! Tell that.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Okay. I was becoming large. So large. So quickly. That my head was rising toward the flames.
I was becoming everything I hated, a fat person.
Where's the...
There was no canvas bag to hide my
Get me
shame.
the Ozempic. Someone fast. Heavy, dark brown fur was growing from my arms and legs. Dark brown fur. Bear? Bear.
She did mention bear.
But what I noticed most was the power. As men can attest to. Rippling massive muscles bulged from my arms and legs and swelled my neck. It was an incredible giddy rush. 1 minute, I was weak and failing and nearing death. And the next minute, the power! The amazing, straining, bulging, explosive power! Ba, 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 ba. Holy shit. What will she turn into next? Join us next time.
I guess a bear.
I'm thinking bear. Kata,
Yeah.
thoughts, bear?
I'm gonna go with bear.
Okay. Chris,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I am also voting for something of the ursine flavor.
For the layman, that means bear.
They know.
They probably do.
I mean, with context clues, they could figure it out.
I love...
That's how I get through life.
Yeah.
Everyone listening and watching, how do you get through life? Context clues? Join us next time.
And alcohol.
Context clues and alcohol.
Context clues
It'll
and
get
weed.
you far.
Context clues, elder millennial. You're just trying to have it. You're just trying to get through
You're
the
just
day.
trying. Just
trying to
trying your
get by.
best.
That's what we're all doing.
Oh my god. I love this book. This episode was too fun.
Well, so I realized
Yes.
when that was all happening, what I forgot.
When did you stop taking notes?
When did I stop?
Yeah.
Just now.
Oh, okay.
Crazy
Good.
lady sets the house on
Oh,
fire.
she's on it.
Oh, good.
She's on it.
Sorry. Excuse me. What I realized I forgot to mention from what I had read,
Yes.
because I said all I remembered was like Kim Cougar, Trap,
Yeah.
Amnesia.
Limited.
I forgot that it definitely also said the lady sets the house on fire. I forgot that I read that until it happened. I was like, oh yeah,
right.
she traps her and sets the house on fire.
Wow.
And-
With all those clothes?
So
and that's
I
why
don't-
the no limit.
I mean, how far are we through this book? And that already happened, so I don't even know what the fuck is
I
going to
didn't
happen.
even check. There's so much left.
And the summary of the
page are we
book
on?
was that she was held hostage, but we're still not even at the halfway point.
Yeah.
We're 34% through. We're on page 74.
Hey,
This
that's
might
a
be a-
good. That's a good
Yeah.
10%.
Yeah.
That's a.
Look,
failing rate.
that's not bad. Yeah, that's
Oh my god.
this may be a 5-episoder. We thought it was going to be 4. We're having a lot of fun, guys.
And then you had me on.
We're having a lot of fun. I'm not complaining.
These are the scribbliest notes I've ever taken. I wrote and scratched out so many numbers.
You had
I don't
to
know what
laugh.
the
You
fuck
had to
is
write
happening.
through the laughter.
Yeah.
Through the headache laughter.
Kata, thank you so much for coming back to the show,
Thanks
being
for
a part
having me.
of this nonsense, and being in person has been very fun. What did you
Oh,
think
yeah.
of this episode of Animorphs?
I think it was great because I was here
Mm-hmm.
and
Was it better than your last episode of Animorphs?
definitely better than the last episode of Animorphs. And I think,
Good.
honestly, I just want to give all the props to Chris for the note to just fully embrace Parker Posey.
Yeah,
So, thank you for
That
the note,
was-
Chris.
That really,
Yeah.
that really did
that has set the tone for the rest of this book
Yeah.
that I am so
it
excited
elevated
Yeah.
it elevated it
yeah.
yeah.
to a different level that I didn't
I-
know
All
it
I
could go
did
to.
was point out something you were already doing.
And you know what? Thank you for the validation. Thank you for seeing me, making this space. Yeah.
I'm just a miner for a heart of gold.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Christ.
It is it has been
Oh my
a
God.
joy to come back.
Yes.
Animorphs, Sweet Valley,
Yeah.
babysitters. I'm here. I'm ready.
Have
I'm
you
ready
read
to read.
Christopher Pike with us?
I have.
Okay.
And R.L. Stein.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
You're like an all-star.
I am an all-star.
Yeah.
Thank you for noticing. I mean,
Hey, now.
I try not to.
That was for Chris, not you.
I think I've been here for every author you guys have had on.
Probably, yeah.
You might have been not Neil
Not Bruce
Shusterman.
Cavill.
No,
No,
not.
because we only did one of those.
Yeah, but it was
But-
good.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know
good.
that guy.
Yeah, he's good.
I don't know Neil.
Neil
I've never heard of
Shusterman's
him
good.
until we did that book.
Oh, that's
and
the
it was
Kid Midas
That was
guy,
the Kid
right?
Midas guy, and then
Fuck, that book was
Bruce
great.
Coville.
Bruce Coville.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan.
But
My
the thing,
teacher is an
the
alien.
answer is that you need to come back more.
We
Oh,
need
yeah,
to
I'll be here.
reward her excellent
Yeah.
performance
Yes.
by
Thank
having
you.
her back for a
Thank
Sweet
you.
Valley or a Babysitter's
Thank
Club
you.
and not any of this
100%.
weird shit.
100%.
Thank you.
Yeah. We need to find a good Sweet Valley book to do.
Yeah.
No, I think, I'll come have me be Rachel. I'll be Rachel any day of the week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
If we do another Rachel book,
Oh god.
100%.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to plug that you would like the listeners to know about?
Sure. So if you guys have listened before, or if you're new, I do comics. I do graphic design. I do illustration. I do a comic called Alter Girl. You can read it at my website, alter-girl.com, or you can go check out my work at Kata, Kata, Kane, Kane.com. And, let me know what you think about, being an elder millennial,
Anime,
Buddhism,
video games,
anime, if that makes it in the episode.
Final Fantasy.
I'm here ready for your call, but if you're poor.
Fuck right off.
No, if you're poor, we can hang out.
Yeah.
We can hang out.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You can follow Cactus Rodeo on Facebook and YouTube, and you can follow Below Grade Level, this show, on Instagram and TikTok. Let us know what you think. Give us a follow. Drop us some comments. We love to hear it. I've gotten some good recommendations, actually. There's a few book series that we haven't gotten into that people have actually recommended from like YouTube and stuff like that I think we're going to get into, because we're always looking for new stuff to read, and we love hearing from you guys. So thank you for listening. And that and the other thing I would like to plug before Chris... I know what he's going to say. I have a new
take on it.
He's a new take on it. Okay, Chris, what's your take? What's your plug?
Also under the Cactus Rodeo umbrella, check out The Sketchy Show, an improvisational comedy adventure. Why don't you join us on it?
I love it so much. The Sketchy Show you can also
great.
follow on Instagram and TikTok. And the other thing that I would like to plug on also on Instagram and TikTok and under the Cactus Rodeo umbrella is Casting Dreams, which is the Dreamcast podcast that I host with my friend Patrick Anderson. We just finished our first season. We talked about 9 games. We do 10 episodes, but the first episode was talking about the actual console itself. We're super nerdy, and we are aging gamers, and if you like video games...
Don't say it like that.
That
feels bad.
No, it's a draw. I think it's a draw.
Aging gamer.
Because here's the thing, it's retro gaming, but we were fucking there.
You were there. You were there. You
when
lived
it happened.
You lived it.
We were there,
We were there, man. 25 years ago. That's fucked up.
What? We're 25. How did that happen?
I know.
Say what? No, we are 25? I know, it's weird. It's weird, right?
So weird.
So if you like retro gaming and you like gaming in general, you should check out Casting Dreams. I think we're going to expand it a lot in the second season and have some guests on, because we only had one guest last time. And there's people in our lives.
Yeah, I want to be on that weird
Like-
fishing game or
like
whatever
Bekah.
the fuck that is.
Yeah. Becca's
What's
going to
it
be
called?
a Seaman.
Seaman.
Yeah.
Seaman.
Do you know about this game?
It's a fish with the
I
face of a
don't.
human and the voice of Leonard Nimoy.
I don't.
No, Leonard Nimoy is the narrator of the game.
Okay.
I was just saying seaman.
Seaman's the game.
Seaman.
You're just being axed
And
and
it
trying
came
out
with-
I
your
thought it was
human
the
voice.
result.
And it came with a microphone attachment. It was a microphone peripheral, and you talk to the... We can go...
talk to the
this,
Seaman.
this sounds sinister, Kata, but after we finish recording this episode, we can go to our basement, and I can show you Seaman.
Becca, did you hear that?
I did hear that.
Yeah,
did
and
hear that.
you know what it is. It's a fish with a man's face that you talk to
That's
through
what
a Dreamcast controller.
she said.
That is, oh my god!
Not enough that's what she said in the world.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Pineapple. It's a pineapple.
Come back next time to find out what happens with Animorphs, Megamorphs, #1, the Andalite's Gift. What the fuck is this book? I love it. I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see who our next guest is. We love you. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Below Grade Level is a Cactus Radio production. You can contact us at podcast@cactusrodeo.com. Subscribe and follow on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify, and follow Cactus Rodeo on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more entertainment and updates.